Does the model you choose impact performance? Yeah. So one of the most important things is how many different layers your model has, like how many drawn layers there are. And then when you're moving around, like, are those all animated separately? Every individual layer is a separate image that now has to be considered, and, you know, the image has to be produced and moved around and everything. Whether it's animated a lot or not doesn't matter. It's still a lot of power just to have one displayed and moving. And then the animations add a lot of shit. That was all one? No. Because, like, look, I have hair in front of my face. When I move, the hair moves out of the way and you can see my face behind it, right? The hair in the back and, like, the ponytail thing, if I move, right? Like, these are all complete layers drawn. It gets really, really intense. So the better, quote unquote, model you have, the more layers and the more animation you have, the nicer a model looks, the worse it runs. Every time. It's really, really, really hard on the CPU, especially. Everything's a GPU, but CPU usually that like it f***s up. So yeah, a lot of people will have just a PNG, or they'll just have like a smaller model. Also, I have food. Sorry if you hear container sounds. I've been sitting here letting it sit because it was too hot. But yeah, if you see people like pulling out the PNG or a chibi model or something, oftentimes they pick something that has fewer layers to sit there and run while they're playing whatever game they're playing. Lily had issues with her 2.0 debut because her model had so much going on. Yeah. This is actually another reason why I don't add too many toggles to my models. The more bells and whistles you have, like, let's say you have a button that you press to change your outfit, right? Like to add a layer or whatever. Every layer you have, whether it's displayed right now or not, your model is constantly sitting there and calculating like where it would be if you press a button to put on right now. So if I turn and I could press a button to put on a jacket, it needs to know what to do right here. So it's constantly keeping that data, whether it's displaying it or not. So it's running a little more easily when you're not displaying it, but it's still doing some shit. It's still figuring shit out. And, you know, so when you have a lot of shit on your model and you're not even actively displaying it, it still runs harder. So that's why I'm like, I just don't want to have that many toggles. You see me trying to do less on a lot of my models. Sounds inefficient. Yeah, that's why I tell people, like, it's okay to have toggles. It's okay to have outfit changes and things, but if you're not going to use them, just be careful. Like, if you add too much, you're just adding layers of stuff. Is it calculating if you move your arms, etc. as well all the time? Essentially, yeah, but what it's doing is it's like holding on to some data, and it's just holding on to some numbers, etc. It's not actively trying to display the thing in the background or anything. So it's not doing too much, but it's doing some. So, you know, it's just something to note. There's a point where getting a really fancy model, you start to get like diminishing returns, right? You have this model that's beautiful. It's got so many layers. It's rigged so well. But now games that you're trying to play are like making your model lag and you can't even display it properly. There's definitely a sweet spot of what you should have equipment wise and then what you should have model wise to be able to stream what you want properly, you know? It's different for different people. It depends on what they stream. You said a model with a lot of toggles physics needs a beefy PC to run, and things are expensive right now. Yeah, I think a lot of things are made for like a nicer PC, a lot of models, I mean, and it's just, I think when someone's getting a model, they should tell their artist and the person doing the rig how their specs are, right? Like how beefy their shit is. And then that way the person can advise, the person doing the rigging especially can be like, this is too much. You should go for something simpler, you know? I don't think people have those conversations, so it could be an issue. It could be a problem. Half your viewership is watching on a weenie phone screen. It can't see your individual HD hair follicles anyway, yeah. But also, the resolution is huge. So a lot of people get their models drawn and they're in 4K. Like it's a 4K file, and then they get that rigged. But the thing is, most of their stream, like you see I'm in the middle of the screen right now, they're there or they're like here. What? You don't need 4K for this. You can't even stream in 4K on Twitch, you know? So like, you don't need it. You don't need it. I think 1080p is fine. 1440 is great, but like, I don't know. Every time you up the resolution, you're really like making stuff chug. Depends on how much they zoom in. Yeah, that's true. I can zoom. I can do this much. I know some people can do more. I could artificially do more, but this is like true to size. I don't see a reason to do more. I really don't.